Visit us and tell your friends, and we'll see you each and every week right here in the Car Connection Workshop on YouTube.
I'm looking for the vacuum tester. I got it. Found it. Yippee! All right, welcome friends. Hey, just a reminder why we do what we do here in the Car Connection Workshop is not so that I need another shiny thing in my life. No, I'm quite content with everything I have to take care of that was already here before we started the YouTube channel, Niall Motormouth Jenkins. The vision and purpose of our channel is to teach you the basics, because the basics in automotive never change, whether we're working on a 97, an 86, 2008, 2007 outside, or 2021. The basics never change. So we teach you 5 things all the time. What it is, the part, where it is on the vehicle, how it works, how it breaks, and what you could have learned about the fundamentals of owning and operating and maintaining an automobile that could have saved you money just by knowing how it works. So where it is, what it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and how you can save money by learning the basics of automotive and the fundamentals, which never change. So everything on this 97 that we're going to show you in a few minutes here about the HVAC system, on today's vehicles, you have the same setup, but it's electronic or it's computerized. But it all works the same way. Just the means has changed. So our vision is to teach you the 5 things and 4 things when it comes to the repair order. And that saves you money and saves you a lot of headaches and a lot of heartaches. 4 C's. I was learning the 4 C's back in 2004 when I left, had to close our own shop on the Hamilton Mountain after 11 years. And I went to work for a major European car manufacturer, and they drilled the 4 C's because I did warranty, was part of my job, was inputting warranty. And if the 4 C's were not covered on the mechanic's work order, that meant the claim got kicked back. So the 4 C's apply to you as well when you're going into the shop. And if you haven't listened to some of our podcasts, I just did a huge podcast on iHeart, and I'll tell you where all the links are so you can connect. It's the concern. So what is it that's going wrong with your vehicle? I don't know. You could have 5 items. So there could be 5 things that you need to have checked. So concern, the cause is the diagnostic time. And if you listen to the podcast, you'll hear me say, only authorize 1 hour at a time so you don't have the 5 o'clock surprise. What? I thought it was only going to be $300. Well, it's $850. How much diag time did you give them? So concern, cause, correction. What is the component that needs to be replaced to fix? If you have 5 items, 5 things. And then the last one, which is confirmation. Did my car get road tested? So those are things you're going to, the other purpose behind our YouTube channel. Now there's one more, and it's very important, and it hits my heart very deeply. We have merchandise. We have shirts. We have hats. There's my microphone there. That's what that is. And we have knitted toques, we have t-shirts, hats, hoodies, pullover hoodies, and long shirts. And we have 6 more items coming. Coffee mug, zip-up hoodies, more knitted toques, and another custom snapback cap, which is going to be black and yellow, which is our colors. Long sleeve shirts, so I don't have to wear a turtleneck anymore in the winter, because it does get cold in a t-shirt. So anyways, the merchandise on our website helps to fund people that need to deal with an addiction and get to an addiction campus where they can get a new life. So whatever you buy on our website through our merch store, our website is carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. What's important is when you buy the merch to know where the money's going. We charge $5 above cost. The rest of the money below that goes to Total Freedom Darien Center, New York, which that campus is open for Canadian and U.S. residents. That is for men and women who are struggling with addictions. Sydney, Manitoba, Canada is a men-only campus, with Rick and Robin being the facilitators there, but they also know what it's like to live with an addiction because they have a story, both of them. That's a husband and wife team. So when you buy merch, it's going to help those who can't afford to get to the campus, because they never turn anyone down. So we have a problem out there in the world with addictions. Age doesn't matter. So help us to hold our vision, build our YouTube channel, so we can also, there's a second part to our channel. We need to get it monetized. That means YouTube sends us money. How are we going to spend that money? We're going to buy parts so that we can fix vehicles for men, women, seniors, widows, orphans, single moms, and also those who have, that we hear of, that have fallen on some very heavy times financially, and we can buy the parts, pay for them, and provide the labor at no cost. That is the second vision of our YouTube channel. So when I say I don't need to be the big shot, I'm just a little shot that keeps shooting, but your support, your help, your encouragement will get us to that vision where we're monetized as a YouTube channel and we're selling our merchandise and it's flying off the shelves so we can help others. So when we take the eyes off ourselves and put them on someone else, we can change the world one person at a time. So thank you. I want to thank you, Skippy and I thank you for doing that, because it is a channel of love and encouragement. That's what it's all about. I love doing what I do. I know how to do it, and I can share it with you, and it doesn't cost me anything. So thanks for stopping by and being a part of Car Connection. So we're just going to do a quick intro to the next episode, because today's an exciting day for this Jeep, because it's going to be running and drivable very shortly after today. The heater system is all fixed. It's all cleaned up. We're ready to install the 2006 Jeep Wrangler TJ Dash upgrade. But I need to run one more test, because the biggest challenge I had was fixing the defrost mode, because somebody broke some pieces on the defrost mode, which is the linkage that connects to the door that opens it. And we talked about in the last video, if you go back and watch that, you'll see we tested the servos. Those are vacuum operated doors. And in today's world, those would be controlled by modules and control units that open and close the doors. So on this, they're vacuum operated doors. On your vehicle, if it's only a few years old, it'll be controlled by controllers. There'll be a heater control unit that when you move the levers or press the buttons, the touch controls on the dash, and tell it to go from floor to blend to center dash to defrost. On this one, it's done with vacuum diaphragms. So I'm going to test now. So come with me. Skippy's going to follow us. And it's just a quick test before we hang the dash. And I wanted to leave it because I had to come up with a fix. And let me tell you, this one almost just about smoked the last remaining gray cells I have holding my brain together. And while I was in here, I also discovered an answer to my question. There's a fuse panel here, and it shows you what all the fuses are. So as you read them here, horizontally and vertically and horizontally, whatever. Yeah, this lid, the hard top, has a rear defrost in the glass, and it has a wiper. But when I went looking for the wiring harness and the hose, which would have washer fluid in, the plug for the top that makes everything else back there work doesn't have a harness to plug in with. I'm going, that's weird. Where's the harness? Where's the hose? Well, then I started thinking, maybe that isn't the original top. Well, I got my answer. And I was in here over the weekend. Look at how clean it is. Skippy, what do you think of that? All the way from the top, the steering column, all the way down, both sides, the whole box is clean. And I even used some plastic treatment on it too to give it a little sheen and the dust won't stick. So I'm in here and I'm cleaning and I'm looking at the fuse panel and I'm going, okay, all right, spare, this is all spares. So this whole row right here, we got to have that out of there anyway because that's going to go over to here. I just put it there so it wasn't in my way. This row is spare fuses. These are the vacuum lines. So we got to run one more test, and this clamp has a story in just a minute. So I'm looking, I'm going, rear wiper, fuse for the rear wiper. So I go to the fuse box. It's empty. There's no fuse in the port for a rear wiper. Why? It is sort of confusing, but it's not. Why is there no fuse in there for rear wiper? Because this vehicle was not equipped with a top with a rear wiper. So at some point, the top went either kaplooey, but somehow it got another top from something else, that another TJ that has a rear wiper. So that gives me a challenge. I will make that rear wiper work and I will fuse it and I will find where the wiring is and I'll make a harness and also run some washer line and I will make this have that accessory because it's designed for it. So there'll be wiring over there that I need to find that will come off this fuse that will be my supply. The only other thing I have to figure out is a switch, but I already have that in my mind. So this is airbag. That's what that is. Okay, so this is all clean. So where I ran into my challenge, which was, I knew it was going to be a bit of a big one, a whopper, was dude broke this linkage right here, broke this linkage that goes to that servo that opens and closes defrost. We fixed the leaking gasket. We fixed the hole they punched through the side of the heater box. We've got all the pieces we need. Everything's all laid out. So what I had to do was, Skippy, just go over to the workbench, lift up the vacuum suitcase and show them the big pile of silver colored screws there. And I'll just keep talking because I needed to find a screw. It's okay if you make noise. It's a shop. All right, that pile of screws there was a pile of screws I went digging for because I needed to find the perfect screw to go into this plastic linkage. All right, you can come back over here, Skippy, and then we'll wrap this segment up here in just a moment. So I had to, on the end of this linkage was a star, a plastic star. Well, they broke 99.9% of it off. And what that star was to do was to go into, so like a male, female. So a star going into some holes to line it up in its position, closed position, because right now the servo is fully extended, which means the vent is in the closed position. So when the servos are extended, there's 3 of them, that means those doors, they're all closed. Because they go, once the vehicle shuts off, because they're not electronic, they're vacuum operated off the engine, the vacuum comes from the engine, everything goes into a rest position. when you turn the engine off. So I have to find the perfect screw to go through this linkage all the way to the end of it, connect with the flap, which my friend here was holding the defrost door in the fully closed position, so I knew my clock position here was spot on. So then what I needed to do was not only find a screw that would work, but I also needed to put a daub of Gorilla Glue on the end of it, so that when I put this in and I locked it down, I've got my closed position, it was glued. So now I can remove this. I've let that sit over the weekend. So now what I need to know, and my hope is I didn't put too much glue on, and I've glued it into this chamber. It needs to be free to work. So this is where we got a quick test and make sure that that door can open and close. And that is what color? It is the yellow one. So it has a yellow hose right here. Ooh, got some kind of scum chafing on me there. That is a term. Okay, so we need to find the yellow one, scum chafy. If you don't know what it is, just call it scum chafy. Okay, so we're probing. Bring in the logic probe. We're going to probe the yellow one. I'm going to apply vacuum, and what I hope what we need to see is this linkage moves with the vacuum diaphragm and the defrost door opens. We're not moving. Why? Oh, I hope it's not stuck. It wants to move. This is bad. This may be bad, folks. It's not grabbing. Let's see. Nope, we got trubs. So we still need to apply a fix there for that to work. So it's not working. Which is not good because this is holding it up. It's not holding it. So we're back to the drawing board because it wants to move. It has to go this way. Oh. All right, we have to make a change, but I know what to do. So don't be afraid, babies, because when you're fixing stuff, this is a case where I thought that would work. It's not working. So I have to make an adjustment here, and then we'll be okay, ready to put the dash in. So we'll see you in the next one. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and do all that stuff, and leave a comment. And what project are you working on? Or have you ever been stumped on something? Tell us about it in the comment section. And happy motoring, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. If you enjoyed the video, like I know you did, ring the notification bell.